Hi, I'm Mr. Frog. For a while now, I've been heavily interested in the Ultimate Iron Man game mode. With this in mind, I wanted to set myself a new challenge. Using standard UIM rules, I want to acquire one of the coolest pets in the game, the Amulet. But there's a catch. In addition to these rules, I will also not be allowed to leave the island of Zeah. This means I will have to obtain all of my gear, stats and supplies in the local areas. Can it be done? Welcome to Overzealous. Definitely wasn't ready for this level. That's 79 magic that we've got from using Superheat. We're nearly 80 now. Christ. I need to quickly hurry up and do this because I was trying to sort this out so that the Superheat icon would be in the right place and all my stuff is on the floor. Oh, it's such a mess. Ever since I was using Dark Lure, I actually changed it around so that it'd be a little bit more convenient to use, but now it's heavily inconvenient, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, 79 magic. Cool. And yeah, I still wasn't ready for it. 74 smithing. I don't think I'm going to get any more smithing levels. We'll see. Oh, the first dead Avanto on the account. Well, maybe not on the account, but ever since I started farming while doing smithing anyway. We are collecting quite a few though. 261 Avantos here, which is doing pretty well. And we did get ourselves some more Avanto seeds from the Nature Implings. So we currently have 8 left. Probably would have been out by now if I didn't do more natures. So we've got a nice stack of Avantos. I will be starting on the Harrowlanders after these. I'm really hoping to be done with these bolts soon though. We've got about maybe 900-ish left. I think it's about 900 bars left to make. We've about another 9,000 bolts, which will leave us with just over 30,000, which is a nice, decent number to have. But I'm going to head back over to Grand Castle now and we'll get back to work on the bolts. Honestly, I don't think there's going to be any more content in between now and finishing. I'm not going to get any more magic levels. I'm not going to get any more smithing levels. I will get a mining level actually, so I'll probably see you guys for that. Well, that would probably be the next clip actually. I'll see you there. And there we have it, 81 mining. That is going to be the last mining level we get from this grind. We still have about 660 bars left to make, but we should be done pretty soon, so I'll probably see you guys when I'm finished up with these bolts. Okay, that's going to be just about the last of the bolts made. 30,430 that we've finished off with, and I will be adding feathers to these fairly soon. I'm going to do a quick farm run before then because I've been wanting to do a farm run for ages, but I ran out of Avanto seeds, and if I tried to do it while I was still smithing, it would have taken up an extra space and completely ruined everything. So I do actually have 120 Harrowlander seeds in here that I will be going through, and then I'll be feathering up these, and then we'll be moving on to the more fun part, and that is stealing gems. I'm going to have to tip 30,000 bolts. And it's going to be divided between rubies and diamonds, which I'm kind of dreading because this is going to take absolutely ages. But it needs to be done. Once I can finally get all these tipped, I'll have all the bolts I need, and then all I need to do is enchant them, which is another story entirely. But I'll probably see you guys, I don't know, with some thieving levels maybe. I've got a lot of gems to steal. So as you can see, we're currently here thieving the gem stall in the center of Kourend. This is to get the bolt tips, and I've calculated this is going to take quite some time. And I have been considering some other options, well, one other option in particular. It doesn't help me with diamond bolt tips, but it does help me with rubies. So, this guy here, obviously he won't right now, but if I trade with him, he's not going to trade with me right now because I'm stealing his gems. But if I trade with him, he sells 1 ruby per world. Now, I've done some research into this, and I might have to start doing this soon if I consider this to be an option, because apparently the restock time is 10 hours. Now, I think there are like about 150 members worlds, so that means if I hopped through every single world, I'd be able to get 150 every 10 hours, or thereabouts. And I think what I might start doing is trying to do 200 gems a day, so I'll do like 100 in the morning, and then 100 in the evening, and it will really help push up my numbers, because that is 2,400 bolt tips extra a day, not counting the ones that I'm thieving. Naturally, I will have to wait for the cooldown to go down before I can actually talk to him after stealing, but I don't think that's too big of an issue. I think it's like 10 or 20 minutes or something. I think it definitely will save me time in the long run. So that is probably the plan, because right now it takes quite a while. I think it's like a 1 in 26 chance to get even just a ruby from one of these stalls, which means every 128 I can get about 6 useful gems. 1 diamond and 5 rubies, but I still think using the trader is going to be a lot better. I'm pretty sure it's like 500 coins per ruby, so it could end up costing quite a bit. I do have a nice stack of money, and I think honestly it'd be easier to make money than it would be to collect gems, so I think the trade-off is actually worthwhile. But that's enough rambling done for now. I am nearly a thieving level, so I think I might get that and then start with buying rubies, because I should have this level within the hour. And there we have it. That is going to be 88 thieving. I didn't realise I was that high in thieving. My gosh, we're nearly 90, and most of it is from doing gem stalls. But I did manage to get a ruby recently, which is quite nice. So we're going to chisel that into bolt tips. And then I'm basically going to stand around for half an hour so that this guy will actually trade me. And then I'm pretty much going to go through every single world and buy the rubies. I'm just going to check he won't trade me, right? Correct. Okay, we're going to run away before the guards attack me. Yeah, he won't trade me for like another half an hour, so I'm basically just going to stand here until that timer wears off. I know it is half an hour of me doing nothing, but I think in the long run it is definitely more efficient to do this, because I can get another like 100 rubies out of this in the space of, well, probably about an hour, which I'm definitely not going to get from stealing from the gem store. So it's time to stand and wait, and I'll see you guys once I've collected up a whole bunch of rubies. Decided to do a quick farm run while I waited, and we just got a genie lamp. This is going to be the first level I've gained since I unlocked Sulphur Lizards, but this is going to be 45 Slayer. Very nice. Did we unlock anything? Infernal Mages. That's not helpful. Nonetheless, I'm going to finish farming, and then we're going to head back to the centre of Kourend, and we'll wait out the rest of the half an hour timer. And so, let the mass world hopping commence. Alright, that is going to be every single world hop through. I did come back to World 302 to see if it would have restocked, and it hasn't. I'm assuming the wiki is right on this one, and it takes 10 hours to respawn. There is one thing that I didn't really consider while doing this. If any Iron Men sell like 10 rubies to this shop, it takes 90 hours for them to clear, so it could be a while before I could use those worlds. Thankfully, there were only a few of them, so I haven't had to worry about that too much. We did manage to get a grand total of 124 rubies from doing this. I did calculate at the end of it, working out how many bolts I had at the start. 124 rubies, and it took me about 45 minutes to get them. It is way quicker than stealing. Unfortunately, there is a 10-hour cooldown, as I've said, so I will be doing this approximately every 10 hours as I can, so I can get some extra bolts, which should reduce the amount of time this is going to take drastically. But while I'm waiting for the rubies to restock, I guess it's back to thieving. So, for those people who say the world hop limit was removed and doesn't exist anymore, this is what I say to you. Yeah, I've been capped because I've been world hopping way too many times. I've been doing this for like the last 3 or 4 hours. And, yeah, it's blocked me from logging in. So the world hop limit definitely does exist. And this is recorded on the 12th of June, 2022. So, there you go. This is going to make things difficult. Okay, so in light of recent events, given that I cannot do thieving from... Oh, congrats. I cannot steal from the gem stores for a little while because I can't hop worlds. We decided to do some Herblore. I'm just going to be using up these Avantos that I've got just to kill the time, and I'm going to need to use them anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and make all of these into potions and see if we can get ourselves some Herblore levels. There is the first level. I don't think I'll get any more from this, but that is 63 Herblore, and that is going to give me access to super restores, which I will be making at some point to get rid of, because I think I've said this in a previous clip, but I don't feel like it's even worth keeping super restores. I think with the amount of prayer potions I'm going to have access to, I'm better off just using them and not wasting the invent space on more herbs that I don't need. So, yeah, that'll be a nice chunk of Herblore XP, but for now we're going to use up the rest of these Avantos, and then I'll probably head back to the gem stalls. Alright, that's going to be the big chunk of Avantos cut through. We nearly made it to another Herblore level. Made it most of the way through 63, nearly 64. Going to be dropping these, don't need these anymore. And with that done, I think I've killed enough time. I think I might do a quick farm run if it's ready. I'll go have a quick check, and if it is, I'll do a farm run, and then I'll head back to the gem stores, and hopefully we can get a few more bolt tips before I get kicked out again. Hopefully. So we have currently amassed about half of the gems or the bolt tips that I've wanted to get, and I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous clip, but I have started farming snapdragons in the Hosidius patch just so they can't die. I think I have mentioned that, but you guys have got to bear in mind that these clips are so far apart that I just forget what I said in the previous clip, so I do apologise. But yeah, we're going about halfway. I'm going to be continuously trying to buy from this guy and steal from the stall. It does take a very long time. It is quite a tedious experience, but once I get these done, I should be quite comfortable. I will be able to get uncut gems from raids, and I'm kind of hoping that I can sustain with those drops. If not, then I will have to come back to this, but I don't think I'll ever have to do this on such a scale ever again. So I'm really hoping that this is going to do me for a very long time, because I really hate having to do this. Okay, so due to the inconsistency of receiving emeralds and, diamonds and rubies from the gem store by stealing, I did basically just resort to buying the rubies, and we do now have nearly a stack of 21,000. However, as I said, it does take 10 hours to restock, so this is not like a long-term viable method, but I don't really want to keep stealing from the store because it's just not that efficient. Yeah, I'd get thieving levels that I don't need, but I just end up getting loads of gems that I don't need, and then I'd probably end up getting a Rocky that I don't need, and it's just like a whole load of wasted time in my opinion. However, I do still want to train Runecrafting, and in the 10 hours downtime that I'm waiting for this shop to restock, I've decided that I'm going to work on doing some Arceus Library. I'm going to get up some Runecrafting levels, so we'll be able to work our way towards 77 in the ability to make blood runes. And this should also allow me to get random events, which is another big thing that I really want, because naturally when I'm hopping around stealing from stalls or buying from the shop, I can't really get randoms because I'm not logged in for long enough, which is kind of annoying. But if I'm doing Runecrafting at the Arceus Library, I'm going to have a lot more time where I'm stayed in the same world. So random events should appear. I should get some Jackal randoms and hopefully should get some potions. There's a lot of shoulds there, but we are hoping for that. I think I've only currently got one, so I still need 9 more, which is going to take quite a while. But, you know, you got to start somewhere. I do have more toadstools stacked up in the dev storage, so if I do need them, I can go ahead and grab them. But for now, we're just carrying this one here, and we are going to use the invent space I've got here. It's not too bad. And we're going to start hunting down some books of arcane knowledge, or whatever they're called. Collect ourselves up some XP, and gain ourselves a massive amount of Runecrafting levels, because we are level 6 and I want to gain 71 more Runecrafting levels from doing this. So prepare yourself for the montage of levels. I'll show a whole bunch on screen. I don't know how much I'm actually going to show, but let's get started. Okay, finally, this has taken a very long time. It would have taken even longer if I'd tried to do gem stalls, to be honest. But this should give us enough bolt tips to entirely cover all of these adamant bolts right here. This gives us 29,000 ruby bolts, which means the next job now is to attach all of these bolt tips, and we are bound to get a fletching level from this, and there's no chance we don't. But we've got 30,000 bolts to attach tips to, and I'm going to have 29,000 ruby bolts by the end of this, and I'm pretty sure I'm set for a while, and if I do need to make more, then I will just have to come back and make more, but hopefully this will last me for quite a while in raids, and I'm hoping I don't need that many diamond bolts, because collecting diamonds is significantly harder than getting rubies. Obviously I can just buy the rubies here, but the restock time being 10 hours means it just takes a very long time to start stockpiling them. Yeah. There's not much more to say other than the fact that I've been doing this for, I think, over a week now. The only other content is me getting Runecrafting levels, which, by the way, we're currently at 36. I didn't really record that much of it. I don't know what I'm actually going to show in the video, so whatever you guys have seen is what I've done so far. It's just a matter of spamming through early levels, so I didn't think it was that interesting. I think I need to get 77 before we go ahead and work on red dragons, because that way I can enchant all the ruby bolts. Until then, I don't have the blood runes to do so. Yes, I can buy them from the shop, but they're like 500 each, and it is very expensive considering that I'm planning to just go and make blood runes anyway. I might as well do the Runecrafting first. On a side note, I still have the same toadstool. I still have not had another Jackal random. I don't know why, but when I suddenly want Jackal randoms, they are nowhere to be seen. I haven't had a Jackal random in, I think, 2 weeks. So it's kind of a joke. I get other randoms. I mean, I don't even get genie randoms, though, which is kind of annoying. I tend to get, like, Sandwich Lady and Drunken Dwarf and stuff. I never get the good randoms at the moment. And I really, 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 Would love to get the Jackal randoms out of the way, because I still need to collect 9 potions before I take on red dragons, and I don't think that's going to happen. Even in the grind for 77 Runecrafting, given that I've already done 36 and not had a single one, getting 9 before I hit 77? Yeah, that's not likely to happen. Anyway, we've got 4,000 XP until we get a fletching level, so I'll probably see you guys with that. But onwards from that, I'll probably see you once I've finished making all of these bolts, which could take a while.